Hi, it's David here with Futures Trading. I want to go ahead and give you some alerts this morning as the market is, of course, getting on its way. I released the video this weekend. I see you guys have been watching it, and thank you for doing so. Um, I also released it. So we're going to be covering the Forex stocks, the NG, the GC, and we can even take a look at the NQ too. Matter of fact, let's do that real quick before we dive into the stocks and the Forex. So there's the information since last week. All right, so that's the information since last week. Yes, they're going to come down some more. I can tell you that. Now, they are going to go up. They are going to go up. I'm not going to say they're not. So they are going to come down, and I'll even give it to you on the 1 minute view. They're going to go beneath this range. They're going to come beneath here. More often than not, I definitely believe that that's where they're headed. And so you can take a look at this, and we'll come back and check on it to see if I was right. I believe they're going through this range. They probably have turned around before. Man, they might. I don't know. They might get past that too. But I definitely know they're going beneath that range. Now, this price level. Let's go ahead and just dissect this a bit. This price level is the open of that second bar. Now, this is the daily, so this is the 1440 minute. All right, so 1440 minute. You can tell we hit it on Friday. Got up there over the last night, and then came back off of it. Um, so this is what you got. This is where they're kind of banging their head up against right now. That's kind of what you got now. You need them. I told you, you're not out of the neck of the woods. We need them to close above here, and then of course take out that mid, and then from there, yeah. I mean, it's going to go. It's going to go quite further. If they can get all that done. So that's the main thing I want to say. And I will say again that the same thing that's happening here, with the open and mid, all that up here. Well, primarily open at this point. It happened from below. Uh, this is the most confusing part about what they did down there on that hourly, because on the daily they was proving that the open and the mid of here is important. I still know that they can get through this. I still know that, but they're just going to take this run, and I know why. I looked at a weekly. I'm not going to go pull all that out, but I looked at a weekly. I know pretty much where they're going, and they should go higher. They should. That hourly, though, what made me warn you guys on last week was about them closing beneath that mid of that reversal on the hourly. And so they had the five tests of the mid, moved up, made the trend, came back down. And of course, I gave you that price level, that 725, which is not really of any use now, but I gave you that price when it was here. After the trend, they dove down, gave you six, then gave you the seven, then turned around and made the trend distance twice over, and then took this nasty dive. And this is where I thought they would close beneath, and I wanted to warn you guys to get out of it. But they managed to close back above it, and they went back up. So now, of course, this is what they're dealing with now. So this is what they're dealing with. I wanted to see if they were going to get under there. They may save that for another time, but that's that open. That's that price right there. That price you're seeing right there on that red line. That's the open of that daily bar. Okay, and that's that 725 down. They should definitely shouldn't never they should not make it down there. But if they bounce at the range, here they go. They're going to lead the range, and they're going to get gone. So let's see how all that works. Let me reload this chart. I want to make sure my prices show up on that horizontal line there. Sometimes my charts do some really interesting, funny stuff. But let's see. I'm running quite a few things too, I must say. All right, so there you go. So yeah, that's the open of that bar on the that's the open of that bar. So now let's see what this will do. We'll come back and take a look at this information in a bit. Let's just kind of leave this over here out the way, and then kind of get this one out the way. And now let's take a look at what we supposed to be looking at. Let's do that. So now let's take a look at this information here. All right, so let's take a look at that. And what I'll do is I'll get us a clock, so that way we can kind of keep track of what's happening with the time, because I don't want to be before you too long. But I want to actually I want to put this video in the universal trend and the universal price action method. So we're gonna kind of hold on to that. I'm gonna leave that clock there. We're going to kind of hold on to this video just for a little bit, and we're going to cover the this information here. So the Forex, the stocks, and we might even take a look at a couple extra ones just to kind of, again, get some information there. So I did rearrange this just a bit to make it easier for. Oh, and again, thank you for my newest followers. Thank you so much for coming on board. I really appreciate that. Also, over here, let me say this before I get going. I made a video actually thanking you guys by name. So if you want to go take a look at that to find out if I called out your name, again, I want you to be celebrated. I really want you to be celebrated. I see you not really participating with that there, but that's fine. You know, most people don't want to know where they're going wrong. You know, and I again, I said it in the video. I'm just trying to help you. That's all. Just trying to help you. It's not to come down on anybody. It's just I gave some encouraging words to try to help you. Say, hey, don't just don't go that way. Try to go about it a different way. So but that's again, that's not the money stuff. I've come to notice that on TikTok they chase the money. That's all they care about. They don't really care about some of the more mature aspects of being a professional and doing this as a career. So, but I've tried to organize this price, well, not this price, Lord Hammers, this watch this information, and I put it in a must watch list for you. So that way you don't have to come here and try to comb through all this stuff. And so, this is the universal price action trend and price action method. And then, of course, the trading guide to help you out. And if you want, you got the live trades and the psychology, the stuff that may not interest some people. But I see here on YouTube, you guys are really into this other stuff. Y'all watch this, and that's good. So, this is some skills and aspects. That's what this is to kind of help you along. And then, of course, this is some information about me and my services, and of course, some of the stuff that you may want to know. So, and then I put all the playlists down here. So if you want to come down here and just, again, check out the alerts, GC, YM, NQ, BTC, and all that information, you can find it there. But up here is the core to kind of everything that I'm doing. So this is the core content. So any one of these videos, actually, if you watch them all, you pretty much get a good foundation of what the channel is all about. All right. So I tried to put it in the header over the weekend. I tried to do that too and put it in the header. This is what it's all about: universal trend, universal price action method. So again, thank you for being subscribers and followers. Appreciate you guys. Now you can come over on TikTok. You can do that too. And again, that's that video that I guess TikTok y'all not really watching. But every well respected field, such as medical, law, science, extension, has standards of professionalism associated with it. Anyone with a brokerage account and a computer claim leadership with no honesty and is deemed a source of esteem. So I'm trying to make sure that we can establish a level of honesty when it comes to what we do as professionals, and of course get the field to be respected as well. And so everybody that come into this don't think that, hey, it's okay to to do the offensive things that they do. It's time to again to just bring the maturity on board. So without any further ado, here we go. Price was here. Price was here. There's the box that I drew for the upper part of the chart, the center part of the chart, and the lower part of the chart. Right now, Apple is getting a slow start. I see they're really not doing that, but that is the distance. So we're going to try to hold this video for about at least 20 minutes to see if they can get up there. We're gonna see what they're doing. So I might have to come back because I know the hourly bar may not be that big. I was hoping I'll turn to this and they then gapped up here somewhere, but that's not going to be the case. So I might have to come back and cover this one. All right. So now let me reload this. All right. So I might have to come back and recover this, do a recap of this one. I might. So there you have it. So now, what's the other one? What's the other one? We can take another look at that meta because I did put this out, and they're still kind of just the stocks are just really slow. They're really slow. I don't trade them. I don't trade stocks, so it doesn't matter. When I put the video out, price was here. I gave you two scenarios. All right. I gave you two scenarios. I did tell you that I think that they're trying to do this to you. So they may roll from the center of the chart. But I gave you another possibility from here. As you can clearly see, there's the arrow. All right. So again, I put those boxes there. All right. Now I just want you to see this because I don't have the ranges over here. I don't. So I draw boxes. Chart scale. I released that on the channel. If you want to learn how to do this, I released this in 18 minutes. So I tell you how to do what I'm doing right now in 18 minutes, along with the trading ranges and the chart scale and the static levels. I gave you how to, just essentially use what you have, the chart. Just use the chart. That's tactics, and things that professionals know that most people don't know. And I'm a self-taught trader. So of course, no one told me this. This is how I learned how to do stuff, is using what I have. I didn't want to go and consult no one on this information. I lost a lot of money doing it, but I learned how to do it on my own. So they got to that zone there, and there's the turnaround. There's a whole lot of other stuff I know that's far more robust than what I'm willing to expose online, I can assure you. So there you have it. Response there off the center of the chart, dove down that area, and there's the projected distance there because they had the trend in the backdrop. All right, so they had the trend in the backdrop. There's the 7. Here's the trend distance. All right, so there you have it with that. Let's go natural gas. I told you this one was going to be funny. I did tell you that in that video that I shot. And if you don't believe me, just go back and take a look at this alert. You can go back and take a look at that alert right there. And only 12 people seen it, but I told you that this could be a funny one. This could be a funny one. So let's take a look. All right. So here, I told you I believe they're still down. They're in a downtrend. They're still down. I did tell you that they can come up here. In the last video, I said they can come up here because this is a no-close bar. So the top of this bar high, H, if you look in the upper left-hand corner there, the high of it, let me get right on it here, 685. Of course, this, didn't close above it, and this one didn't either. And so I told you they can turn around. And if they wanted to be real difficult, they can come here and turn around. That's why I gave you that arrow up there. I told you the only problem, if they got up there, you have 5 here. Okay, that'll be 5. Okay, this is 6, that's 7. All right, so and I told you they can be difficult about this. And I said it in that video that you may have a fight on your hands. All right, because they were still right at the center of the chart. So remember, I put this out when price was here on that little green bar. All right, and I gave you the center of the chart, and I told you they could fight you, and I even told you that they'll come up past here. I told you that in that video. I absolutely said it. I said hopefully they'll just go down from here, but I gave you a projected distance. All right, so you can go back and check me on it. I promise you, I said all of what I'm telling you right now. So, but now you have a trend set. You do. However, I did tell you, they can leave from here, and here's the arrow, and come back down here. So they're on their way back into this area. All right. Now, this is a no close bar here. So you don't want them to close under here. I even gave you the no close bar hard stop here. They're trying to stop at this hard stop. Don't know how that's going to play out, but if it is going to go up, here's your trend distance, because I told you your trend would come. Here's the thing. I did tell you your trend was going to come in, roughly right in this area. It's here. So pretty close, not too far off. And there's your trend distance. All right. So again, I do this for a living. All right. I do this for a living, and I've been doing it for many years. This is another one. This is another one. Price was here. All right. So price was here on this. Matter of fact, it was the red bar. I'm sorry. It was on the red bar in the video. It was on the red bar, and I gave you the center of the chart. It was right there. And I drew the boxes. All right. So I drew the boxes out. All right. Now, all information I released online for free. All right, for free. All right, so here's the projected trend. I told you they're on the 5th bar. Your 7th bar probably come in somewhere right in here. They may be getting started on the trend. I even said it. They may be getting started on the trend from right here up into this area right here. And so from that red bar here, they made it up to the center of the chart. Just pull back slightly, not too much. And I told you if they're going to go down, it should happen from there back into here, if they were going to go down. But they're managing to, of course, give you the trend distance in total. All right. So there you have it for your, I guess, your NG. Well, the NG, go doing what it's supposed to do. The NG, this one funny because it almost got here, and it is a trend up now. But I still think you're on your way back down. That's what I think. Now I could be totally wrong. I could be totally wrong. If they close beneath this bar, I kind of know that all bets off. They're going back through this bottom. I wholeheartedly believe that, and I'm usually spot on once they start doing stuff like that. Once they start, I'm pretty confident at that point because now you got that scenario where the mid here is not touching this bar's low, or the low is above the mid of this bar, however you understand it. So the mid of this bar, you divide it in half. Okay, divide it in half. No order flow tools, no none of that stuff. The mid of this bar is below the low of this bar. That's the scenario for the down, and the location makes sense. All right. So and of course you had the no close level here. And they kept banging their head above it and they're not making no ground. And they keep coming back in with, this kind of strength. So just something that I think could happen. And of course, here's your NZD. I can come back and cover that. I can. I don't have no problem with that. This one is already there. So this made that trend. We're probably just going to touch back on this information when I have to come back and cover Apple because I already kind of know it's a chance that Apple is not going to get here just now. It's not going to do it today. It didn't, it's just not while I'm up here. It won't. So we're going to have to come back and cover this one. However, I did tell you in the first video that this is a no close bar. So the low of this is 92.92. The close of this 93.01. So they wouldn't have closed beneath your no close bar here. All right. So they wouldn't have closed beneath. That was the hard stop. And there's your pop up. And again, I covered this in the video over the weekend when I introduced my services. You can just watch this video and get caught up on all this. It was like a series of time events that I wanted you to see how I, kind of put in front of you what the market could have done, and it played out. It played out. I even came back the next morning and showed you. Matter of fact, it was this one. You can watch this one, kind of catch up on all of these. I even came back the next morning and showed you what happened from here. All right. Well, in that video up at the top. So this is going to take some time, and so you kind of need to know. You kind of need to know what that trend distance can produce. That's the reason why I'm saying, hey, go back and watch that video because that trend distance produces a certain kind of behavior, and so it's important to know what that is. That's all. So that's what you have so far on that. Now, what I'm gonna do to, of course, be able to put this in because we're gonna put this in the universal trend and universal price action list. I'm gonna dive down into a smaller time frame, and we're gonna look at Apple. All right. Now, I'm not gonna mark up the chart because I only want the markers here to remain, but I'll walk you through what it is that they're doing. So clearly, this is an up because the bar's mid is above this bar's high. Only if they can hold it, but the hard stop will be here. Yeah, the hard stop will be here if they plan on going up. The furthest I see this diving, because this is a this is a no close bar, and that's a hard stop. I don't want to see this come back below, let's say, this area right in here. Now, in the likelihood that that happens, yeah, they can come down some more because we'll be at the center of the chart. I thought that this was going to get it done. I did, but they're running into this problem from above. So we got the low here being above that mid, so they got a little force trying to come down. But you just don't want to see them get past here, really. So hopefully they can come off that low and turn around and kind of get back up there. Now, this is the center of the chart, roughly, using that same technique. This is the center of the chart. Okay. This is the upper half of the chart up here. So the upper half is up here, and that's kind of how they're rolling over right now. But you still kind of got this center right here. So they got a mixed bag of nuts right now, kind of fighting the scenario. Don't want to see them get too much past this area down in here. So roughly about the mid of this turn. You don't want them really past this. And hopefully they can turn it back around. Uh, on NinjaTrader, I have the mid of the candles plotted for me so I can visually definitively tell you whether or not the mid is falling below or above the candle. So it's a little easier for me. Here it's real blatant. So this bar and this bar, real blatant. I can see that this low is beneath this bar's, well, above this bar's mid. That's blatant. Absolutely blatant. I can see that. I can see this too. So hard stop here because this bar's high is below the midpoint of this bar's midpoint. So it's something going on the back of this bar too. I just don't like what they're doing here because you had that scenario trying to set up here and they trapped it. So I don't like it, but hopefully, like I said, roughly right about the mid of here, because it's the mid of the chart. Hopefully they can just get back up because this is not a downtrend, but it can turn into a reversal. All reversal mids are important. I'm going to say that one more time. All reversal mids are important. And I went over that information in this must watch list. All right. So I went over that information here. It's in the playlist somewhere. It's in here. You just have to, yeah, it's in here. Matter of fact, let me scroll down and show it to you so you'll know. All right. So let's go back this way. I tried to mix in almost all of all of the information that kind of got a lot of views and that I knew kind of touched on different things for everyone that watches. So where is that at? Okay, 2 rules of what a reversal should look like. So you can go watch that. It's roughly about 9 minutes. The only videos that's kind of longer are of course, this one because I'm doing the real time thing, and then the live trade ones. They're going to be a little longer. For the most part, this one outlines me taking entries fast, like getting in, getting out. At the moment that it, of course, would have ran against me, and of course, the moment I pull the trigger, it goes immediately in profit. So if you want to go watch this, you can watch this and you'll learn, of course, how to look at momentum while you're trading. This one right here, I'm going about it a whole nother way where I'm covering the whole trend just to see if it'll move in that direction. And this, I kind of pointed out some other information. So you can entertain yourself with that. Now, oh yeah, see, that's the problem right there. That's that problem right there. That's the problem right there. When they knocked that out, and again, you had it coming in from above. Yeah, I knew mid of the chart, you right here, they were sitting definitely on some strength right here, and you got right there, and you want to start trapping like that. That's a problem. You can fall through there. So now all we got is, of course, the lower half here. I can already tell you we may see a further decline. We may see a further decline. Uh, Now, again, the mid of the reversal, that's what I was talking about. The mid of the reversal is important. So if you're trying to catch reversals, this is what it would look like. All right. So the mid of the reversal, this is like somewhat of an engulfing. Just take the mid of the reversal itself, the whole thing. Uh, they are having a problem. Now, I know you're probably saying, "Hey, Dave, you said that the NQ was going to go down and it went up." Well, I'll bring it back for you. You're probably looking at your charts. Well, you probably go back and look at your charts because I'm recording this. Uh, you look back at your chart and say, "Hey, it was going up." Well, here's the down, and I told you that it would come under here. All right, so now it's a simple reason why it comes under here. Simple reason. Simple reason, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna give you something to do. Here you go. Just go back. Okay, just go back and look at the order flow video that I put in the playlist. And I'm gonna point to exactly which one, and you'll know why I said, "Oh yeah, I believe they'll come back here." Um, and it's something that I stress when I teach people. So let's see. Let me find that video for you. All right. So here, if you go in this video, I told you guys this 3 weeks ago. Why that trade that you just saw on that NQ came back? 3 weeks ago. So, oh, let me put this back. Let me put this back because we don't want to deal with the hourly. Let's go back to our outgoing stuff. All right. So now go back and look at that order flow video, and you'll know why I said that market will come back down and clean that turnout. You'll know why. Simple stuff. Simple stuff. Been doing it for years. All right. So now the lower half of the chart here. Now remember, we got to trade the time frame that we're looking at. I know a lot of people like to do that top-down analysis approach. That's complete foolishness. And again, I've stressed that in the video too. I just can't remember which one. Otherwise, I'll point you in the direction of that as well. Uh, that's not how markets really work. Matter of fact, I do know which one it is. Let me point you to that one because I want you to understand when I tell you stuff, it's important. That's all. It's important. Again, I've been doing this for many years now, and I'm serious about what it is that I do because I get paid for what I know. And so here's where is that at? Hold on. I'm gonna find it for you. All right, so here in this video here, the skills to mastering trading. All right, this 10 skills to master trading. I tell you why that's complete foolishness, top-down approach, complete foolishness. And I'll say it again for you. Every reversal has one price that it turns on. So a tick chart really is the thing that's turning a monthly chart, a yearly chart, a 1 minute chart, an hourly chart. It's one price level on every reversal. One price level. So how is it that a top-down approach is going to turn some other time frame around? Most traders just don't understand the markets. You got it backwards. The tick chart is what's actually turning the price, and that's all it is. It's that price level becomes significant, and now the market will turn and go the other way. Now, if you're talking about longevity and how long it can stay in that direction, well, again, I'll bring to focus the actual truth. In order for a 1 hour, I guess a 1 hour chart to reverse, It would have had to start on a 1 minute chart first. That's why I say it's completely nothing but foolery at best. It's people fooling you, making you think that there's something so significant to a higher time frame that your lower time frame has no bearing. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Now, am I saying that, that doesn't have validity? All I'm telling you is that you can't ignore that if this market is trending down on this time frame, it can keep continuing down until it hits a price level that they're willing to turn the market around and turn it back in the opposite direction. That's all I'm saying. Now, if that lines up to whatever you believe about a higher time frame, then so be it. But we do know even higher time frames reverse. And so we can't just absolute say that a higher time frame will always turn a lower time frame around. If that be the case, you will never have higher time frame reversals. That's my point. Simple. So let's not make this thing overcomplicated. So let's find our trend. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 6. I know they come through here. I can tell you that right now. Well, I have never told no one online this. This is only reserved for training. But I'll give you just that one thing. The one thing that I did outline, of course, here. I don't mind going into it. There's several reasons why a reversal will fail. The two basic rules will highlight why this right here is not going to work. So if you go back and watch that video, you'll definitely know why I know that they should get through there. You'll know why. It's easy. So let's see if they can make it. Let's see if they can make it through here. Let's see if they can make it. I wholeheartedly believe that's where they're going. All right. So and again, that's available for you for free. For free. I make sure I give you information about reversals because it's the opposite of the trend. That's all it is. It's the opposite of the trend. So it's really kind of, if you ask me, it's a little bit simple. That's why I went over the chop versus trend. I see you guys like that. You guys really loved it on TikTok. And even the choppy market, I see you guys like that video too. Y'all did like that because it's the opposite of the trend. And this is done in real time. I mean, I'm looking at the hourly, spelling it out to you while it's happening, all in real time. So let's see if I'm right about this. They're going through here. Absolutely. I thought just maybe they want to give another run here back up. Because sometimes when they set these turns that I know they can blow through, there's turns that I can honestly tell you, even though it's set and they take off away from it, I know they're coming back. I absolutely know that. And should they do that, I'm the guy that targets that turn and take it out. I'm that guy. And you can check any of other videos that I've done with the live trading on the channel, and you'll see my average. My average of gains when it comes to getting ticks is 200 ticks. And you can go back and watch all of the live videos that I've done so far online. I don't do a lot of them, but I've done enough for you to see consistency. That's the whole reason why I do them, to show you consistency. Done from my PA account, my business account, prop counts. I passed prop accounts in 23 minutes and showed you guys that. And my average gains of ticks is 200 ticks. My average gain. So that tells you what my consistency is like. And in almost every video, you see me do it. So I'm the guy that tried to target areas that I know that they'll blow it. No soon I see it there. I know, hey, if we're headed back that way, this is exactly what's going to happen. Kind of just like what I told you about the NQ. Let's take a look at the NQ. If I'm telling you that I believe that they're coming back through here, back through this area, yeah, you turn around, and I promise you, if you turn around, that's exactly where I'm targeting. I'm going back here. I promise you, from anywhere in this run on the way down, all I need to do is see the strength. That's it. So, really important to know some stuff and know where they're going so you can be a part of the information. And that stuff right there has nothing to do with the price levels that the market needs to close at that day. Has nothing to do with that. That's just understanding what reversals should look like and what they shouldn't look like. And I give you two basic rules here of what it should look like if it's a good one. So let's see if it can get there. We'll be back in just a second. We're gonna come back. Let's go take a look at our natural gas. Uh yeah. Let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got 7. Yeah, they made the distance of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. if they're going to turn around, they'll turn around somewhere. I guess somewhere up here they should. Hopefully they will. They'll just turn it back around. That's roughly right, just right above the halfway point of the lower part of the chart. Here's the midpoint of the chart. Here's the lower half of the chart, somewhere in here. So if they're going to turn around, they'll do it right in this area and then take back off to the downside. The only problem I can possibly see you running into at this point that may make them want to push up a little bit higher. This bar's high is below this bar's midpoint. All right, so this bar's high is below this bar's midpoint. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's just 6. We'll come back in a second. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Let's go NZ. Let's look at our pairs, and then we'll be back. Yeah, this one's still going. This one is absolutely still going. So let's see what our distance is like. Okay, let's see what our distance is like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they got this, that'll put them 22, about 22, somewhere in there, about 22 if they decide to make it. 22 if they decide to make that. We'll see what that's doing. Let's look at the Aussie. Let's look at that too. Matter of fact, let's dial this up for just a second. I want to see because we did an alert on this one some time ago. Yeah, we did that alert, and they're still down from it. They haven't made it back yet. All right, and so let's look at that pound because we did an alert on the pound too. Yeah, matter of fact, yeah, I just did this alert uh, a bit ago. Yeah, and then we went into that 1 minute chart. Matter of fact, let me just delete that. Went into that 1 minute chart and looked at that. Yeah, we covered this too. We did. We absolutely covered this. And then I told you that they were right at a wall. You know that they were right at a wall, and the price was here on that green bar, and they immediately turned around, and so they're still down. Again, just taking a look at some of the other stuff that we've already kind of covered. Um, is there any market that you guys are interested in? If there's any market you guys are interested in, just let me know. I'll take a look at it with you. I don't have no problem doing that. Let's look at some of these other ones. USD JPY. I think this might be a popular one. So again, I don't trade the Forex. I don't. I'm a futures trader. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Clearly, we got 7. That's the distance. So they got a little bit more to go, and then they might lean back, or they may start doing it now. They may. Uh, they should, unless they're going to come down on this bar by 11 o'clock. Unless they're going to come down on this bar. Unless they're gonna come down on this bar, you might see some speed right here. They may go ahead and get above and get up a bit more. But after they go up a bit more, maybe another. If they can go up a bit more, you may see it for another hour after that, and then they'll come down. They may come under here. If not, they're going to come off of here right now. That's what I see with that. Uh, yeah, this one should move again. It should. There's really nothing in this I see that can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, they got a trend in here. Oh, that's interesting. All right, so halfway point of the chart. Now again, I'm not coming back to cover any of what I'm showing you now. I'm just giving you an eye of what I do when I pull up charts. One, that's that's something that could if they can hold I'll say just hold right in this area. If they can hold it, turn it back up. They might can reach up a little bit higher. This that low isn't touching that mid. You kind of got a response off that. I do suspect that they get up there. This low isn't touching it. So it's really the hard stop here, no close level here. That's falling right at the center of the chart. That's the Aussie New Zealand. So when you guys watch this video, you can take with you what I'm saying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If they want to stay in the halfway part of the trend, do the 7 up. That'll put them right here, and that'll be roughly at the center of the chart. Yeah, they can get you that. I did cover this, right? I just said this. All right, yeah, I just said that. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's an interesting one. Here's the mid of the reversal. That's important. All right, this is like a big spinning top harami or whatever. The mid of the reversal is important. Preferably the open of the second bar. Oftentimes you can get that to hold too and collectively put them together. But the mid is important. You can see they tagged that mid several times. You're not seeing any strength in this. All mids overlapping. mids overlapping. That's not that kind of activity. You don't want that. That's not what you want. And this is chop, even though it's on the incline. And I went over that in the chop versus trend. I went over that. That's how you know if a market is performing well. It's really simple. The mids overlapping is a problem. All right. You had a breakaway here. You had a small one here, but they dove down, then gave it to you. Had a little breakaway, a little push. You can definitely see them coming into this. The mid is falling beneath, so they should definitely clean that out. Midpoint here, right into this area here. I suspect that they may want to get down a little bit further. And clearly they're doing stuff like this and then running. So you would have to see them get to the mid, see what they're offering, and see what the next move would be. What is this? Yeah, oil slow bleeding up, and this one might lean over. This one might lean over. All right, so gold, yeah, gold on its way up here. It's on its way. Silver, kind of the same ordeal. Don't like what's down here. I don't like this at all. This is a problem right here. This is a major problem. They're sitting right at right just right above the center of the chart. It's not to say that they can't keep going. They can. You may get a small rotation back. I don't like what's here. Hopefully they're not getting ready to put that big trap in there. Hopefully they won't. But I don't like what I'm looking at with that. I don't. Tesla. Yeah, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. But they took out your mid. This to me, you're still beneath the center of the chart. This is a decline, if you ask me. They're going down. Ain't no question about that in my mind. The mid, you can go with the mid here. You can just go with the mid here if they can stay beneath it. They're beneath the center of the chart. You may go ahead and get that decline. Uh, I wouldn't be a buyer here. I just wouldn't. That's me. I wouldn't do that. This gap stuff be funny to me how these charts do this. It's just a green bar. Have this not touching the mid here, no close here, hard stop there. It's the same thing. One, two, three. They're above. They're trying to get above the center of the chart, but they're in a downtrend. So this will be a no close. Clearly, the gap. The lower this bar isn't touching the mid. That's a no close level. There's a hard stop. Kind of the same thing here too. Mm, but on this side of the fence, you got that going on, so you got to kind of stay with them. One, two, three, four, five. This is six. They may hit seven, and then you got the uptrend. So about another hour or so of this, yeah, you can probably see new highs. So it's kind of a mixed bag of nuts. That's all. I mean, they're down, but you got one, two, three, four, five, six, and then if they give you another one, that's seven. They're up, and then they should continue up through the high. All right, so let's get back to our what was it? Apple? I think it was Apple. I think it was Apple, but we was on a 1 minute. I believe that's what it was. Let's see. Oh yeah. They turned around. I'm thinking that they was gonna take this out. Let's see what happened. I might be wrong about this one clearly. So let's see what's gonna happen. Again, if they don't want to go down, I can understand why. I really can. But I'm gonna say it again. I think you better start with that lower time frame and make sure it wants to trend in that direction. Because you go with the hourly and just say, hey, the hourly, and let me buy it. I've seen so many people lose money doing that. A higher time frame is doing this, so I'm gonna just step in front of this time frame and lose their accounts. Do that if you want, and again, you might succeed a handful of times. I promise you, you're more than welcome to do so. But you may want to wait. You may want to wait until they decide to say, okay, now enough is enough. Now we'll turn it around. Or you better have a great idea of where a price is at, where they're no longer willing to go past that price, and you have confluence enough to say so. So important stuff. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay, so now you got to trend back up. Don't I don't like what's down here, but they're doing it. And it's okay. It's okay. That's how it works. So now you got seven up. Stay above, let's stay right here. Okay, no close, hard stop. Stay right above this lower half of the chart. And if they can get that done, new highs, let's go. Absolutely. I'm that guy that I'd rather target this, I'll be honest. But I would have targeted from up here. Once I saw this trap, I would have been that guy trying to target back down here. That's me. And I'm gonna try to trade this direction. So one, two, three, four, five. 6, 7. So yeah, I'd have been in a little early. I would have got most of that. Now, once they go to turn back around, and this is the thing, once they go to turn back around and make the trend back up, you got to commit to that direction again. And that's all it is. And you'll see me do that in it's so crazy because I actually this video right here. I covered the whole trend going short. They pulled up on it, didn't break that downtrend, but I had to eat the loss because once they make a trend against me, I get out because I understand the power of a trend. I get out, take the loss, and then I get back short. Once they're starting to wipe that uptrend out, I get back short and I ride it all the way back through that bottom. So I don't have no problem turning the position around once the market proves to me that it's going to go back that way. But I don't trade against trends. So the minute that I see this trend, I'm out of the trade. If I didn't get all I want out of the short, and that's the whole important process of getting in when you know that it's going to push. Uh, Once you see it going back in the direction of the trend that originally was there, you can try it again, no problem. Because you don't want to trade against a trend. That's the whole key. Now, two of them can't last. That's the other point I want to stress to you. Uh, Two of the trends can't last. So if they made the trend, here you go, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. If they made this trend from here to here and they don't want to do that distance, then yes, it's the other trend. Just go that way. So they making the trend back in this direction because they only supposed to come halfway into your trend and then turn back around, roughly, give or take. So if they don't want to make this distance, okay, well, clearly it can't be both. And so if they're trying to trend back up, then yeah, just go with them. Go with them back to the upside. And it's just that simple. So wrong about this one for now. I don't like this, but wrong about this one for now, about that turn. Wrong about that one. Wrong about it. And they're still in that box. They're still in that box from the hourly. So I understand. I thought they could take that out and still have enough room to turn it back around. So I thought that they could take this out. I thought they could take that out. What is that price? 95, 95.04. Yeah, take that out and still have enough room to turn it back around. But clearly they're saying they want to do that right now. So for all you higher time frame traders is big mean more than the lower time frame. You won on that one. I wouldn't make a living off of that. I promise you. I've been trading markets long enough to know that that's not going to succeed over time. It won't. I can promise you that. Don't go stepping in front of front of this time frame because this time frame is doing that. Don't do that. You'll lose your account over time. Over time. We're not talking about an occasional win. We're not talking about that. We're talking about over time. We're talking years. Can you make a living out of doing that? I wouldn't keep trying that one. I wouldn't. Not unless you don't mind drawdown, because it'll run against you. And it's not but so much averaging in you can do before you have to accept that you were just wrong. I don't want to allow my bank account to prove that I was wrong. No, I'd rather tell myself I'm wrong and just get out of it. That's all. That's all. That's not the bank account's responsibility. That's not the responsibility of the bank account. I promise you that. No, sir. I'm gonna go in and accept that I'm wrong, get right out of the way. Got it wrong. So let's see if it can stay up. I'm not gonna hold you much longer. Again, you got this mid is above this bar's high. Hard stop here. You want to keep them, you don't want them back beneath the midpoint of this, back beneath the midpoint of the upper half, well, the half of the chart. You want to keep them in this upper portion of the lower part of the chart. So anywhere in here from let's say 95, 55, both of those are statics, up to the center of the chart, that should work out for you just fine if they're going to stay up. That's the only problem. If they're going to stay up, that should work out just fine. Both trends cannot be on the board. So they can lean down, totally okay. Just make sure you go and do that trend distance, which is again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's healthy. One, that's a trend right here. And then if they lean back, that'll get you up into the 96 and a quarter, roughly right above this pivot. That's if they don't just go ahead and do a run on all the way through. All right. So I'm gonna try to buffer this video now because I wanted to get you guys a chance to get into some of the stuff that I just talked about, and hopefully, let's look at the hourly of this one. Hopefully, you're able to get into it fast enough. This one is still up. So even if it comes down, I wouldn't buy into this just yet. I would buy. Put it like this: I wouldn't buy into the short just yet. I'll say it like that. So no close beneath here, hard stop here. Kind of the same scenario even from here. So I wouldn't go with this. Hey, they're going to stay down just yet. Yes, they're yes, they've done the trend distance. Yes, they can. But I would still say to you, don't believe that this is going to just reverse. So if you're someone trying to look for that reversal, don't believe it. I will come back and cover this. I will come back and cover this, and we'll see what happened with that 1 minute. I do think that that's probably them ready to get on their way. There's the target. There's the target. So you guys can definitely benefit from that. Let's go and take a look at the goal again. Goal did it. Yes, it got there. Totally got there. Definitely did that. Here I think we're gonna probably wind up back through here in my opinion. Now they did do this and they climbed right past it, so we still have an uptrend in place. There is an uptrend in place here. There is. um but you got this weight. Okay, now this is just a little bit different than what took place here. You can tell in the first two we didn't get it. It kind of came in a little later. This is coming in kind of right immediately. Can they get right back up from here? If they take out this price level here of this big bar, you may be in trouble and you're going to see new lows. Now that's the problem. Now let's go look at our NZ. Yeah, they're still pushing up here. So it's still not out of the neck of the woods, but yes, you have a trend here and you want them to keep climbing. Now, if they're going to keep climbing, they should get past here. They should. I'm gonna say that they should. If they're going to keep climbing, don't want to go back down, you can go ahead and bet it that they're going to be there. All right. So I wish you all the best with your trading. Trend again is 7 bars. The no touch method is the bar's midpoint being above the bar's high. Okay, being above the bar's high, that would be a no close, hard stop. Let's give you another view of the NQ before I let you go. The NQ is deciding to climb back up. All right, so it's deciding to climb back up. Totally makes sense. That daily, that's where they're fighting you. That's where they're fighting you. They open up that bar. It's not to say that they're not going to go. That's not what I'm telling you. I just had to tell you last week, you're not out of the neck of the woods. You need them to take out these price levels too. You need them to do it. Make sure that they get that done. And if they can get that done, then everything should be just fine for more upside potential there. So that's my time with you. Again, thank you for taking the time to follow, subscribe. Again, I wish you guys nothing but the best with your trading. My whole goal is to make sure that you're, of course, profiting and immediately. This is the part that you really have to take with you. Profit immediately, and I want to give you information that's easy to digest. I want you to be able to take my information that I'm sharing with you. uh, do what's necessary in your trading. Don't give these people your account over and over and over again. I don't want that for you. I'm doing the best that I can to make sure that that's of course the goal. And definitely, if you don't mind, you don't need to of course, get in my service if you don't want to. Again, I'm not looking for a whole lot of people to train. I only offer my services because I've already, again, serviced people from YouTube. So if you would want to learn what it is that I'm looking at and how I look at markets, I gave you a timeline of, actually, it's this video. I gave you a timeline of that information from 12, let's say 11, I think it was like 11:40 something, 46 a.m. that day until 6:30 the next morning, and kind of gave you an idea of what it is that I knew. Set a price out there, and you'll see for yourself. Go back and take a look. And so I wish you all the best with your trading. Again, for you guys here on TikTok, thank you for your follows as well as your likes. And again, I'm gonna say this to my friend one more time. I know I've been saying it in these last 2 videos, but thank you, KJU. Thank you so much. You're awesome. Appreciate the support. Payman, awesome, awesome. You're an awesome individual, man. All the stuff that you've done, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, so I wish you all the best with your trading. Take care.